Dark ladies, penguins, just happen to be watchers of this program. My name is Envy Adams. And does anybody have a chainsaw? Because what the... I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So thank you for joining this program. My name is Envy Adams, and I am Jimmy Pynk's evil twin sister. Now, I know you're wondering, why isn't Jimmy reviewing a Riverdale Heathers the Musical mashup? Well, let's just say she's tied up at the moment. Also, she didn't really have an outfit for Heathers. And she wanted to borrow mine, and I'm like, oh, if you have to wear my shit, I'm reviewing it. So, here's where we're at. Couple of things that I want to talk about before we get into the actual episode. I want you to keep in mind that there was a cast list that was revealed quite early on because they were doing Heathers the Musical. So, we have... obviously, the red Heather. Some of you guys will know the names, but I'll specify for those of you that do not. You have the red Heather, Cheryl Blossom, obviously. The yellow Heather, which is Heather McNamara, Veronica. You have the green one, Heather Duke, which is Betty. Veronica Sawyer, or the Heather that's not a Heather that wears blue, is Josie. Now, explain to me how you just did a whole episode based on a musical, cast your best singer on the show, who was cast to be a singer on the show, and you cast her in the musical, which makes sense as the lead character, who y'all gave a good majority of her songs away, and the only song she got was a duet with Archie, when she should have at least had a solo. But I'm not going to be that angry about it, because all in all, this was an improvement from last year's Carrie the Musical. For one major reason, and that's because these songs were already written. Please, for the love of everything that is holy, please do not have anybody write your music anymore, because that was terrible. I thought that they worked in the songs quite well to the characters that they were. I thought they worked quite well with the situations that the actual character was in. I will definitely say that my favorite was absolutely Veronica singing, you know, the song that is for the character she was cast as. Because in Heathers the Musical, oh yes, I watched Heathers the Musical. Heather McNamara, who Veronica was playing, does sing that song. And I thought Veronica did a great job. Well, I should say Camila Mendez did a great job singing that. And everybody pretty much did a great job singing. But I want to go ahead and get into this in order, because I know a lot of you do not understand that me and my sister do stream of consciousness, so I'll try to go in order. Hey, we're going to get a lot of people. Okay. She's complaining like, fuck them. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, so, we've come in with Hermione. Do you think we should do this musical? It's a lot of violence about kids killing themselves. I thought that was very tongue-in-cheek. Because it seems like that's what they did for Heathers the TV show too. In this environment that we're having is a show where it's about violence and kids killing each other. A good fit. But of course, newly member of the farm, Kevin, comes in and says, just listen to the first number and you'll see it's more about kids needing acceptance and they feel isolated. So they come into the opening number and it's Kevin singing it. So immediately I'm just like, this is going to get confusing for some of you guys that are not familiar with Heather. Because what I'm going to say is this is Veronica's song. I don't mean Veronica from the show. I mean Veronica from Heathers. This is her song in the musical. So Kevin is singing it. I'm like, okay. They did a little choreography and everything in the hallway, and it's like, well, it is perfect because the opening number, they're in school. Perfect. Second verse goes to Veronica. Okay, but it made sense. We get this little interlude with Josie finally and Archie for a hot second. And then we get Bughead, and it's mostly Lily, Betty, singing, and we get this little snippet of Jughead singing, and I'm sitting here like, and that little snippet, I'm like, can Cole Sprouse sing? I think Cole Sprouse may actually be able to sing. And I thought they were going to play us, and that was going to be the only, that one little line was all we were going to get from him. But moving on. I thought that was really good, the way they did the Heather. That was really good, even though that part, when they're talking about making over in the brush and this could be beautiful, they're supposed to be making over Veronica, who is played by Josie. So they're supposed to be making over Josie. It's not supposed to be, you know, Cheryl, Betty, Veronica. God, that is going to get really confusing because there's a better Betty and Veronica in the actual Heathers. And that's because the characters of Betty and Veronica in the actual movie Heathers were named after Betty and Veronica of Archie Comics. So they played with that a little bit when they did Big Fun. And they had Reggie come to Veronica and say, you're looking good, and Veronica is hot. That would actually be in the play. Josie singing that, and I swear to God, somebody downstairs from here somewhere is cooking fish, and I can fucking smell it. Couple of numbers I really didn't enjoy. And some of you guys may not agree with me, but it is what it is. Candy Store was weak. And Candy Store is my favorite number in the musical. And Candy Store was weak sauce. It livened up once Tony came in with the Pretty Poisons, and I was like, oh, Candy Store off. I'm here for it. I live. And then I realized in the pictures where it was supposed to be, like the way they did it, because I kept wondering, like, well, they said that Tony was playing Betty Finn, who was supposed to be like nerdy, but then all of a sudden she's the choreographer. She's the choreographer, and she has on what looks like an outfit that she should be in Heather's, plaid sweater. But hers is purple. In pictures it looks blue, because then here's the rest of the Pretty Poisons in purple, and I'm like, purple gang, gang! I was here for it. But I wasn't here for them all pushing and fighting, but I was here for the choreography off and all that shit. I was here for it. They even gave Tony a solo. I was here for Tony in the all red too, but let me go back to where I was at. Okay, so Evelyn is co-directed, and I can already tell by the way she's doing her shit. I'm like, oh, y'all really converting people into this damn farm, huh? And bitch, talking about some, Trey, this brownie, it's organic, and it's got this and this and this, and mushrooms, magic mushrooms. That's probably the shit y'all crush up in the goddamn fizzle rocks to get people high. Now he visualizing Marge or whatever the fuck that bitch's name was that died last year, and I just can't. Anyway, I know I'm jumping around, but that's what we do here on this channel. God, that fish really fucking stinks. Like I said, Candy Store was weak. The very next musical number we got was Big Fun. That is a group number, but the person that is in the majority of the number, as I just touched on, again, should have been Josie. But that number, but here's the thing about Big Fun. First of all, Evelyn ever never get a motherfucking song already? Josie, your resident singer, who y'all picked to play the lead role, is not even getting. But okay. Secondly, Big Fun was no fucking fun. It wasn't a fun number. Then we got this stuff with the fucking farm again. First of all, I told y'all I couldn't stand Principal Weatherby. No? Oh yeah, right. Well, neither one of us do. I told her I couldn't stand Principal Weatherby. She agreed, and she talks about it a lot. So, And that dude's part of the farm. But when did Fangs become part of the farm? And then like him and Kevin are hooking up. Like all in farm matrimony. Oh, I just couldn't. I will say that I absolutely lived for 17. 17 was done so well and so clever that really, this to me, this is when the musical really started to pick up. I really liked, I liked the way that they did Josie and Archie's. I can't remember what the name of the song is in the movie, but it's her. But it's actually in the play. It's Veronica and JD from Heathers. They're doing this. Neville and the kid used to punch good and all this stuff. And it's actually earlier in the film. It's not the story of Heathers. It's really just the way the songs fit in with Riverdale's storyline. But I liked that number. That was cute because it fit with him in the boxing ring and her going to go see him in the boxing ring and her really not wanting to be a couple of him. The song is about like, cause you stand tall cause you're the popular girl and I'm new. It's really well done. I really, really loved 17. That is such a good song anyway. And at first I was like, okay, you're gonna just have Lily singing it to Cole because in the thing, that's really what it is. It's more so Veronica singing it to JD. And then when Cole jumps in to do like the JD part, I was like, now correct me if I'm wrong. And I could be. But I thought Cole Sprouse said the reason why he didn't sing in the musical last year was because he couldn't sing. So for a minute there I was like, did you Milli Vanilli me? And then I remembered, he was on The Sweet Life with Zach and Cody. And you know all them damn Disney stars sing. I don't think they cast kids that can't sing. That wasn't the Zach and Cody brand. They may have never had you sing a song. But, oh. I see you, Juggy. I absolutely see you. But, yeah, that. And then the way, because the thing before, they did a little homage to Heathers with Cheryl in the bed with the red scrunchie hanging off like she was drunk. And, oh, my God. Did I forget about the Tony? Am I missing pages? Because, bitch, we need to talk about Tony Topaz before I even get to the rest of 17. And this bitch did Dead Man Walking. That was really cute. Like, the way it was set up, that was like a nod to Heathers, too. Because Tony decided she was going to stunt in all red. And Cheryl was like, oh, bitch, I invented red. That is my color. As far as this school go, I am red. And she did the whole thing from the musical with Dead Man Walking. And she killed it. But you know, Dead Man Walking is actually about, she was in the musical, if you're not familiar, was about her about to just go fuck the dude because she wasn't about to be popular in school no more. She was a dead girl walking. But when she picked the bitch from the Pretty Poisons and then went and grabbed Sweet Pea and they was about to have a threesome, I'm like, oh, you better show your little bisexual shit. Because they might have wanted to like remind you that she was bisexual because technically she is. Remember, she made out with Jughead when she first came on the show. She said she was more into girls, but she do like guys. So she was about to have a little bisexual three-way. I said, come on, Tony. And, you know, if you're going to have one with somebody on the show, I mean, Sweet Pea ain't a bad choice. You know, but I digress. But then she decided she couldn't do it because she had a vision of Cheryl and it was done really, really well. Now let me get back to 17 because 17 was so dope. So you have Betty, Jughead, they're singing. Cheryl and Tony was already the scene before reconciling. And they cut Demi and singing it. And then the duet became like a quartet. And it was lit. I said, okay, y'all clearly got somebody else better to do this than who wrote them other songs. But that was good. That was fabulous. Everybody's voice worked well together. It was good tone. The one thing I will say about the Josie and Archie duet, Archie isn't the strongest singer. And Josie is probably the strongest singer on the show. Even though the next strongest, as far as the females, is probably Betty. You know, maybe Josie and Archie singing together might not have been the best blend. But hey, what are you going to do? This is where the characters are right now. So there's that. And I don't like Sweet Pea came out snitching either. Like, I really liked her. I'm like, you supposed to be a motherfucking gangster. Sack up. But you know, his boy Fangs was over there in the farm getting it on with fucking Kevin. So he probably like, I want some love too. I can't believe Fangs is in there in the goddamn farm. I can't believe Principal Weatherby is in the damn farm. Then I want to talk about Betty, the goddamn arsonist. You already tried to burn up your house. Now you trying to burn up Jughead's old house because Gladys Jones cooking up the meth. I'm sorry, the Jingle Jangle. I'm sorry, the Fizzle Rocks in the old they old trailer. Whatever. Like they ain't gonna know it was you. Anyway. That's why I like that we could be 17. Like, can y'all be? Because y'all motherfuckers, I'm glad that was like very meta. But I'm glad y'all brought that up. Can y'all just be 17? I'm sorry, I'm not the singer. Jimmy sings, I don't. Yeah, that makes perfect things. That line to me was funny. I'm sorry, I'm sure it probably wasn't supposed to be. But drug lord mothers and serial killer fathers. Oh, y'all motherfuckers. They keep trying to make like Betty and Archie gonna be together. Never. They done created a monster. It's Bughead forever. They ain't never gonna break up on the show. And if they do, it ain't even never gonna be for a full season. They created a monster with that one. Choney too. Choney can't never break up. They created a monster. We wasn't never really here for Varchie anyway. And I'm not here for Jarchie. Or Josie, or however we gonna say it. I'm not here for that either. Listen. They ship name don't even sound good, but she leaving pretty soon, so there's that. And then finally this ending. This fucking fish. The ending. Well, now all of a sudden, Kevin wants everybody in it. So they're all in their costumes. And then all of a sudden they strip out to have on their real clothes. And it's really the characters of Riverdale, not the characters of Heathers that are singing to you. But all of a sudden, they never mentioned that Cheryl played Betty in the play, even though we got the cast list. They never said that. But all of a sudden she's on stage dressed like Betty Finn. And he wants everybody on stage. Hashtag you want the main cast on stage because Jughead wasn't in the play. So all of a sudden he know the words that he ain't never heard. And was Jughead even like production or anything or had anything to do with the play? He want everybody on stage. And then they killed that number too. That number was good. And then no one claps except for Edgar Evernever motherfucking douching it out like Chad Michael motherfucking Murray. But one sad thing, and I understand that I am the queen of doom and gloom. But one thing that I did have to say that it was very disappointing when they were doing the final number. And everybody was looking out. I mean, they even Cheryl's mother was there. You know, they don't even get along. And for them to be showing like all the parents in the audience that we're used to, the people, like, you know, we know Tony don't got parents. I mean, I'm sure she got somebody, but you know, the people that we know we're going to see. And there was no Fred Andrews. And I don't know how many of y'all felt that, but I certainly did. Because when they were showing like Veronica's parents, because she had already asked them to come together because they getting the divorce. Surprise, surprise. That it was just insane to me that they were showing the parents, especially, I was already feeling it. Because then when they showed Jughead's parents, I was like, and they ain't going to be able to show Archie. And then I really felt it when they showed Cheryl's mom. Because I was like, all right, we can leave it at just seeing Veronica's parents. We can leave it at that. Because, you know, she asked her parents to come. But when they started showing other parents, I said, Lord. Rest in peace, Luke Perry. Final thing I'm going to say. Real random. You would think I would love the whole farm thing with the black and white thing, but I'm not a real big fan of white without black, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of, I should have led with this. Has anybody else caught on that Archie don't like white girls? Speaking of black and white, he's been with Veronica, who is Latina, Mel, who is black, but I would probably say biracial, and now Josie. Now some of y'all might say the old heifer that was molesting him, but the old heifer that was molesting him, that shit don't count. He ain't realized that shit. You was being molested. That ain't no different than the R. Kelly shit. You too goddamn young to be fucking that lady. She a fucking predator, so she don't count. Archie like a little goddamn chocolate in his fucking milk. But everybody from the farm now standing up. And why do Weatherby got on a suit like he the principal, but it's all white? Everybody else had on their white farm shit. If you was part of the farm, I guess because you was the principal, you still had to be the principal. But didn't nobody notice your ass had on all white? Because, you know, they had went to the thing. I never liked that damn President Weatherby. Principal. Fuck him. So, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who watches Jimmi's channel. She greatly appreciates her patrons, people that donate to her PayPal, as well as her live streams. As some of you may know, she was just diagnosed with adult onset asthma, and she has to get used to the medication. So the live streams will come once she's up and healthy. And in solidarity, I'm sucking on this lollipop she bought me. It's called Black Ice. She knows me well. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for everything. If you'd like to support Jimmi in any way, or support our channel, her channel featuring me, that information is above, and you can click on all of that below. And while you're down there, like, subscribe, comment. I'm not going to respond back to your ass, but my sister will. She responds back to everybody. She's kind of obsessive about it. So go ahead, comment, let her know what you felt about this episode of Riverdale. I'll tell you the truth. I was really just here for the music. And of course, the ultimate shade of it just being Josie, the main character of the musical, but hardly in an episode. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Hey yo, I dog these niggas like girl's best friend, right? Ren 1010, right? Haunted by my past, same shit, different mask like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Where are you? But I spotted you out like Spud McKenzie. Figured out the game like the Bloodhound game. I thought you was my friend, you broke my heart again. Well, the game done switched. If you a dog, I'm a bitch. What?